Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back. Today we are going to be flipping the cards and seeing what they have to say. So, if you chose the wee bear, the sodalite bear, or you chose the dried apple and lavender, or if you chose the fluorite tower, we'll have a message for each of you. Alrighty. So, let's start with our wee bear, shall we? Okay. Now today I'm using my Wildwood Tarot. It's really beautifully put together, so here we go. All right, so this card is about balance. Now you can see the two serpents climbing the tree. They are lovingly entwined. It's not a hateful thing. It's not like they're fighting one another. They are entwined together for a purpose. If you look underneath, way underneath, there's a wee face. Now, one thing I found interesting about this wee face is that half of it is in the light and half of it is in shadow. To me, if we're looking at balance, there's that old saying is that there is no good and there is no evil. There is just being. And that is basically what balance is, isn't it? We all have a little bit of the darkness in us. We all have more, thankfully, of the light. We all of us are, good people, but even good people can do bad things. So this card is about balance. I believe that with it, we are looking at doing maybe some shadow work just to help you deal with the things in your psyche or in the skeletons in the closet that need to be dealt with. That is something that every single person needs to do at some point. It's the only way forward for for evolution of the soul. Is to be able to take a look at the things that, you've pushed deep down inside and bring them back up to the light so that you can evaluate them and see what it is and how you want to move forward with that. That's basically that's what this card represents. So if you're having, if you find that you are a bit in a rut, it may be time for you to do a little bit of that shadow work and look inside. Journaling is a really good way to do this. I had a therapist once who told me, write to yourself as if you were your own child. So write to yourself as if you were 6 or 7 or 8, and just be loving and talk to that inner child that we all have, and who is going to be damaged because most people have a damaged inner child. It's just what comes, unfortunately, with life. So please do the shadow work. You'll be pleasantly surprised. All right, the next one we have, let's take a look. Ooh, this one may be a little bit scary. So this card is called the Journey. Now it is equivalent to the Death card. Okay. On the card itself, you can see a beautiful raven doing some rather gnarly things, pulling out the skin and the tendons off the skull of the deer, ripping it out. Okay. The Death card, and by extension, the Journey card, does not necessarily mean that there's going to be a death in the family. Okay, I know a lot of people will try and state, try to get the shakes to some, but no, that's not what it means. It is an emblem for change. And what that change may be is that it could be something as simple as and as innocuous as maybe the death of a mindset. It could be, something that had a concept that you have believed your entire life, but now just seems a bit archaic. To me, This is a good one for what's going on in America at the moment with the whole, women not having autonomy over their bodies. It is a patriarchal, massively patriarchal society, and that needs to change, doesn't it? So it's kind of like that. It's, you see where this raven is picking and pulling apart and just getting right down to the bone of the matter. And that is the same thing that we need to do. Sometimes with change, you have to get right down to the very, very marrow of the issue. Make the change, whether that be putting aside your own fears and neurosis, whether that be like a grudge, having a grudge against somebody. I once read that having a grudge and having that inside you festering is kind of like drinking a glass of poison and expecting the other person to die. It doesn't work. It just hurts you. So it may be time now for you to cut the cord. Death, when you stop and think about death, it is just a part of life, isn't it? It is something to be... I guess we still do this in today's day with like wakes and things where we celebrate the life of a dearly departed person. And it is, the ceremony that our pagan ancestors would go through with pomp, and they would build these shrines and sometimes they would, build these elaborate, what's the word I'm looking for? Monoliths, and kind of line them up with the sun. And it was amazing what they did for the dead. And it was an honor to do so. Life follows a cycle, always. Whether it be, the beginning of life, the living of life, the ending of life, and death. And then it comes back around again. It's not something to be afraid of. And if you are having trouble letting go of a belief or a grudge or a grievance that you have, this is the card that's telling you it's time for your own benefit. It's time to grow. It's time to change. All right, that's a heavy duty card right there. But this is your last one here. Okay, what have we got? The Four of Bows, Celebration. Oh my goodness, this is a good card. This is the one that was with the amethyst, or not the amethyst, it's left my head. The tower, okay, that we had here. Fluorite, there we go, Fluorite Tower. All right, so if you look up inside this card, there are people dancing around a fire. They've got their bows, but the bows are unstrung. Have you noticed that? They're not, psyching themselves up for battle, obviously. They are celebrating a victory, perhaps. This card is about, again, celebrating a success. Maybe you've had a promotion. Maybe you've just found out you're having your baby for the first time. Maybe you just graduated and you're so excited to go out with your mates. This card is saying, take advantage of this moment and enjoy it. This is a time to indulge with your loved ones and to share the goodness with them, to bring back that human bond and that love for one another, because everybody loves celebrating their success. All right, my lovelies, this card is a lovely one. For those who chose it, good things may be coming your way. Take good care, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.